Hello, I'm Ritz Blues, and this is my GDQ submission for Untitled Goose Game 100%. The 100% category of Untitled Goose Game includes all of the main tasks like what we saw at SGDQ 2020 with Tasselfoot's run, but it also will include the additional hidden tasks and speedrun tasks, ending with getting the crown at the end of the run. So there's a whole bunch of different glitches that are going to be used in order to save time and skip over things and do tasks a little bit out of order here and there. And in addition, there's a lot of reaction. There's plenty of RNG that we have to respond to, how the NPCs act, and be able to respond in a way that doesn't cost too much time. It's a very inconsistent run when trying to grind for a world record, but we have it fairly consistent, at least with its overall estimate. And so I hope to demonstrate that with this run. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So right out of the gate, we're going to start with a glitch that is fairly common throughout the run, using an item to go through a barrier. Ironically, right out of the gate, we're going to clip right out of the gate. So moving on to the first area of the game, we're going to go ahead and start all the main tasks here. The garden and pretty much every area has a long gathering task that is required for the main tasks, and so this one is setting up the picnic. And so we're doing a little bit of pre-setting here before we start interacting with our first NPC, Willie, the groundskeeper. So we need to get him wet, we need to set up a picnic, steal his keys, put the rake in the lake, and make him hammer his thumb. So he did not go into the water, so we're going to have to convince him. Give him a little coaxing here. It's unfortunate, a little bit of time lost, but no big deal. We can still keep things rolling right along here. We got to beat him back to the gate, though, because we got to lock him out, get into the garden, and steal his keys. So, no, I'm just a goose. Don't mind me. Just here stealing your keys. Alright, so he's locked out, we stole his keys, and we're in the garden now. So we're going to go ahead and do the next few components for setting up the picnic, in addition to kind of getting this cabbage rolling along here. This is a good cabbage, hopefully he does not see it. Alright, so he's going for the spade, hopefully we can get back in time to keep him from noticing that we took the cabbage. Because he went for the spade, if I hurry, I should be able to get this second pumpkin here before he notices, and be able to finish pushing the cabbage out with it. So this technique is one I created. It's a strat where we push the cabbage with the butt of the goose. It's also known as butt cabbage. Moving with a heavy object with the goose kind of gives them a bit of a different moving style than kind of the tank controls that you normally have, which makes manipulating this cabbage a lot easier. So there we go, we got cabbage picnic, or another hidden task there. We got the cabbage, we got the pumpkin, so get his attention there, turn on the water, grab the thermos, drop the thermos, grab the thermos, and run away. So he's going to wonder where his thermos went, and he's going to go grab that tulip and plant it. And hopefully he isn't going to notice that his pumpkin is missing. If he doesn't, then we should be pretty good for finishing up the garden. We're going to grab his hat there, hide it over here in the bushes, grab the rake, and it's everybody's favorite part where we do rake in the, excuse me, Willie, rake in the walkway. Yep, rake in the walkway. And then we're going to grab this last piece for the picnic and try and trigger it as soon as we can so that Willie doesn't run off too far away from the exit to the garden, because we want him to not have to wait for him once we're done doing Rake in the Lake. Hooray. So now we just need to find the spade. Unfortunately, he put it over here, I believe. So we got to be pretty quick about this. Come over here. Got him. Okay. So unfortunately, when he goes that side over there, there is a risk that you miss him hammering his thumb and lose about 30 seconds if you mess that up. But thankfully, we got him. So we'll go ahead and press on. And that is garden done quick. So we're going to go ahead and do High Street next. But we're going to do our first reset first. We're going to do a few hidden tasks in the meantime. So we're going to put that spade up there so that Willie has to buy it back. And Willie is not from High Street, so that also completes a hidden task at the same time. While the shopkeeper is busy with her capitalism, we will make the scales go ding and start moving the boy where we want him to go. Thus we need to trip poor Timmy in a puddle. It's mean, but we're going to do it. We got to do it to him. Alright, 1, 2, 3, and reset. Alright. So, we got Trip the Boy in the Puddle, so now we're going to do High Street here. So we're going to have somebody buy their items again, because we have to do all of the main tasks in a single sitting before the bell rings. We did get the shopkeeper to come out, which means this will be free, basically. We're going to come over here, get her to come over here, grab that, pop, grab, run, grab, run. Alright, she did not see me, that's good. So we will take our umbrella over here. Come over here before the kid notices anything. Honking makes him notice his shoes, so we'll go ahead and let him tie them. Grab those glass. Oh no! He did not. Unfortunate. Small loss of time that way. Unfortunately, he bumped me instead of letting me grab his glasses, so we'll just have to take those. Give him a chance to put them on there and then let him tie his shoes. Not a big deal. While he is tying his shoe, the shopkeeper should be opening the garage. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and have Timmy with his new glasses go pick up that lovely blue plane. Assuming he sees it, which he didn't. Go look at it. There you go, kid. Alright, so he's going to grab his plane. Shopkeeper's going to wander around for a bit, put her chalk down, and she's going to be attracted by Timmy's need to purchase his plane back, because apparently he lost his other one. Alright, so we're going to do some shopping here. We still need a couple more items, but we also want to catch Timmy and get him to run into the garage. This is very important that he goes this way. And... I need that, thank you. No. Timmy. There we go. Alright, we got them both stuck in the garage. So we're going to close the garage. That'll get them both in there. And that accomplishes one main task of locking the shopkeeper, which is the final task, locking her in the garage. But it should also trigger getting the boy stuck in the garage. So we have to watch for that. And then the only thing we have left to do after that is finish the shopping. So we grab this blue paper here, and that's go shopping. So we're going to reset here. And that's all the tasks done. High Street done quick, right there. So we're going to reset here for safety. On a world record attempt, you would not reset there, and you would actually attempt to do BUTT Garden at the same time on the same 7-minute timer. But instead, we're going to reset here and take this lovely souvenir with us to remember our trip to High Street. Move on to BUTT Garden. So BUTT Garden has two sections. It has the tidy neighbor known as Roger, and the messy neighbor known as Tina. And Roger does not like any items that do not belong in his yard. So if I were to, say, bring something like a children's toy, like this viewfinder here over, he would not be particularly pleased with that. So while he's looking to see what happened to his hat, we're going to go hide this newspaper right there. Grab that. See ya. If he follows me, I don't really care, because I actually want him to go for those viewfinders in just a moment here so that I can catch them and not have to catch them later. It is going to make his cycle a little weird in a minute here, but no big deal. We got some other stuff we can do while we wait for him to go grab that. So come up here. Hopefully she doesn't bother me. Yoink! Oh, I missed. Oh well. There is another opportunity, which we will take here in a minute. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Thankfully, there's a bunch of different times that we can catch an item as it's thrown across the fence. The hidden task there. We'll get Tina to come over here and close the fence, because that's her highest priority above anything else that she does. So she'll close that fence. We're going to go pose like a statue while she does it. Like so. And she's going to dress us up like the fancy, proper goose that we are. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and have Roger drink his tea here. Turns out it's a little bit loud. And we'll grab this bar of soap and start working on the laundry. So while he argues with Tina, who's panicking about a missing bar of soap, we're going to have him take this lovely ribbon off of us. It was very short-lived. And we're going to open that up there, chomp that, come up here, and catch the ribbon. Fantastic. Alright, so we caught the ribbon. Now we're going to start doing the last few tasks in the back garden, which includes getting the vase ready to break and start working on laundry. Ooh, laundry. So we're gonna sneak past Tina a few times here as she fails to get around us here. Just slide right on by like she's not even there. Perfect. Alright, so now we're going to gather a few pieces of laundry here. In the meantime, Roger's going to be wondering where his newspaper is, and we're going to come back to him when he is thinking about tea. Like so. So we come up here, turn around, come back, grab the slipper, lead him down here. We're going to wait until there. Open the gate so that she doesn't chomp that bush too quickly. And we're going to move Roger's prize rose over here into the sun, where it gets a little bit more light that it deserves. And then show him this lovely vase that does not belong in his yard. And this will get both Tina and Roger to finish the last two tasks at just about the same time. And we can reset here for our final reset of the run. So this version of the route that I've been kind of playing around with is allows us to set up a few things in the post game that we don't do in set up a few things in the post game that we don't need to do later before doing pub. So we are kind of eating into the 7 minutes that we have to do pub, but that cost will be paid for if we play our cards right here. So we're going to go ahead and pose as the statue. She's going to think about her missing sock for about a second. Then she's going to go grab that ribbon. And I will reward her for decorating me by chomping the bush again and making our way out. I'm going to try and clip out of here as quick as we can. There we go. Good sock clip. Very nice. And while we make our way towards the pub through this kind of middle path area that's not the intended route to pub, and clip back inbounds, Tina will help us out by... come on now, sock. Work with me. Here we go. Tina is going to cut the rose, and it'll be right where we want it to be when we come back in the post game. So we're going to honk here, get Box Girl out of my way, get Vinny to fall over. All right, now we're going to start the pub. So we're going to perform with a ribbon on. This gets 2 tasks done at the same time. Performing as well as performing with a ribbon, so we don't have to come back here to do it later. Grab that glass, sneak right on by here. She is probably going to catch me, so I'm going to keep my beak down so that I don't break the glass. Then we're going to take it right back and keep going. And while she's thinking about what I did to that poor pint glass, we're going to sneak our way back in the pub and untie Vinny's shoes again. Because he came back kind of quick. That's okay, because we're still going to shake him. And hopefully, if I do this quickly, I can get ready to set the table before the pub lady comes back. Give her a little plate to distract her for safety. So now we're going to start gathering the things we need to set the table, like the candlestick, the knife, the fork, the pepper grinder, and we'll get a plate in a little bit. We also need to get that lovely boat. That boat needs to be in the water, not in the sink. And that boat needs to go to bigger and better places, and we're going to take it there. So that's all the stuff we need from inside the pub. We're going to grab that and swag clip our way out of this little hole right here. So it looks like Old Man's about to do harmonica cycles, so we need to keep an eye on that because we need to catch him on both of his tasks, which is to make him fall on his bum and break the dartboard. Ooh, spooky plate floating. So he did play his harmonica. We're going to come back just about the right time to catch him doing darts here. So we'll go ahead and wait for that. And don't choke! Oh, get choked. Silly old man. Alright. So he's going to go fix his dartboard. We're going to have to kind of pull the chair out from under him as soon as we get back because he's going to want to play that harmonica real soon. Good timing on that. And yoink. And I'll take that lovely hat of yours, sir. And that takes care of pretty much all the tasks we need to do here. We'll go ahead and take this hat all the way to the main entrance, say hello to Vinny, and lure him back to the final area of pub. Hi, Box Girl. Please don't kick me. That was not very nice. I was hoping she wouldn't do that, but unfortunately she did do that. So that cost me a little bit of time here. No biggie. Moving on, though. So now we got Vinny kind of over here. We're going to get him to cross over and investigate why there's a goose on the other side of this fence. And why is he stealing all the tomatoes? In the meantime, we'll go hide under here. He's going to lose sight of us again as we get ready to knock a bucket on his head. And that just leads us into the final area of the game after that. So this would be a pretty good opportunity for any kind of additional commentary from the host or donations, things like that, while we wait for Vinny to open the exit to the end of the game. We see him past there, come right over here, and say goodbye to Vinny. Shoutouts to Tomato Angus. G is silent. So we sailed that bridge on to bigger and better places, and now we are a big goose in a little village. And we're gonna get that bell. That's what we're after. Gotta be careful not to lose Timmy inside of the castle. So little Timmy's gonna help us up here. We're gonna get on that step, drop him, grab the bell, make our way back the way we came. And as you know from previous runs at GDQ, we don't actually have to go all the way through the town to bring the bell back. Once we've completed the final task in pub, we can simply clip through this fence right here, after a couple little tries, not too difficult, and make our way right on back to home with the bell. So this would normally be the point at which the run would be wrapping up for all main tasks, but this is hundo, and we're going to do everything. So we have a few loose ends that we're going to need to tie up after we try to get past the credits as fast as we can. So we'll drop that bell there. There we go. Take it all the way back home. Take a bow. Skip the credits. We'll speed those up by holding down the start button. Shoutouts to Tasselfoot. And now we start the post-game. And the main bulk of the post-game is going to be gathering the 5 flowers to put in the basket in the middle of town by the well. So we're going to start by grabbing this chrysanthemum here at the miniature village. And then we're going to visit each of the 4 main areas of the game to gather the flowers that are located there. So we're going to backtrack through pub here, and hopefully Vinny plays nice, and we can sneak out of here with 2 flowers pretty quick, both this chrysanthemum and the daisy that we need to get from here. So unfortunately the daisy gets put back before we are back here, but thankfully we can just get that set up and keep moving some other things around while they throw the flower. Box girl's decently timed. Put that right there. Hopefully Vinny doesn't notice the flower. Good. Very cool. So we grab the daisy. And we're going to put the daisy in the box. And then we're going to grab the stocking cap as well. So we need this daisy. We need the box girl's box. That's not how we want the box to sit, unfortunately. So we'll grab that daisy. Try and reposition it here. Perfect. And try and get the hat before Vinny gets back. Excellent. Alright, so we got the daisy in the box. We've got this lovely stocking cap we're going to put in the box. And now we're going to take this box with us. And we're going to drag it over to the middle area of the game. We're going to need to take this box all the way to back garden for the hidden task there. But we can use it to help us gather a few other pieces that we need to do some of the other hidden tasks. So as long as we're careful with going down the stairs with a loaded box of stuff, it won't flip over. When first learning this route, the box is the great equalizer. The box giveth, the box taketh away. If you don't know how to move the box without tipping it over, it can really ruin your run. You lose a lot. You can bleed off a lot of time having to flip it over because it got tipped over at the wrong time. Had a little rough start with it at the very beginning there, but so far it's been pretty good. So getting the box here is the first part of the battle. The other part's going to be getting it into back gardens. But first, we got to go do a little flower collecting. So we're going to go hit up gardens, say hello to Willie for just a second, long enough for us to grab this lovely tulip and say goodbye. Bye, Willie. Next, after that, we're going to head over to High Street and gather the lily. And so this well area is a central hub that connects all the areas together. It's very useful in the post game. You kind of don't really need it in the main game, but it is kind of fun to explore. The well's kind of neat. So go ahead and honk, untie his shoe. Grab them glasses and move them over here. Go over here and grab the lily before she notices where I went. So it looks like she's not going to catch me, so I don't need to use the backup strat, which is kind of funny, but I mean, it's the slower strat, unfortunately. So we got the lily for free, which means now we're going to have to pay for the soccer ball. Basically, one of the 2 things that we have to get from High Street is going to cost a little bit of time to do. If we get the shopkeeper to leave High Street by having her chase us with the flower, then we can move with the soccer ball and glasses for free through the shop. If we don't, like we did this time, then we either need to be very careful crossing through the shop, or we need to go around the shop. And so depending on what we're going to wind up with there is how it's going to go. So we're going to start moving the soccer ball now, because one of the goals is this, of the objectives is to score a goal, which is located in the neighbor's house right after Tina's. I do not like where the shopkeeper is, because if I get even that close to her, she's going to try and push me out that way. Come on now. Get the ball going this way. There we go. This is where the ball needs to go. So we're going to go around the shop. It's a little slower, but it's a lot safer. Especially since she was over there price gunning. If she was on the other side of the shop, kind of at that little color line transition there in the pavement, then she would be sweeping the ground with her back turned to us. And that would basically make crossing through the shop completely free. Unfortunately, that's just not the case, and we just have to go around and just eat our losses. And that's just kind of the RNG factor that kind of plays into doing hundo runs. So we're going to take this soccer ball and glasses all the way to Bat Garden. We can't pick up the soccer ball, but unlike the cabbage, we can peck it if we need to. And it is a perfect sphere, which is also kind of nice, makes it a lot easier to roll. So we're going to head up this hill with it. I'm going to drop that. There we go. Good peck. That gets us to cross over with it nice and easy. Very easy entry with the soccer ball here. Perfect. All right. So we're going to have our buddy Roger pick up those glasses and soccer ball. And while he's throwing those over the fence, because he's a tidy guy, we're going to cut through this fence here with the rows. Couple of different angles we can try to do it. So it sounds like the soccer ball's there. All right, we popped through. Not the fastest rose clip in the world, but we didn't waste a whole lot of time doing it. So we got the rose. We got the other 4 flowers here as well. So we're going to combine them all together and trigger collect the 5 flowers. So now we're going to take this box and we're going to move it on over to the back garden. This is a long, slow, boring task. It's a good time to take a selfie or check your Twitter or read donations, take a drink, stay hydrated. But dragging a box with 2 items in it is a lot faster than going back and forth multiple times to bring each of these items together. So we gotta hope that the planks play nice. They don't look particularly nice this time, so we may have a little bit of difficulty getting the box through. I'm gonna try my best here, and if they wind up tipping over, it tips over. What can you do? Ugh, such a good run up to that moment. Alright, so the box is through, but now we gotta get the other items through. So we lose just a little bit of time doing it that way. So just pull this stuff over here, and this over here, and the box over here. There we go. Get him to flip that up, and get in. Okay, cool. So he's gonna grab that box while we're still in it, and he's gonna throw us across. We're going to go ahead and grab these glasses and get them up here so that she starts putting those away. He's going to start tossing a few items around. We're going to start moving that soccer ball now. In the meantime, Roger's going to kindly provide the other items that we need while we get this soccer ball in place and boxed in right over there. Alright, so while Roger's doing that, we got the soccer ball where we want it. We got the other items we need to dress up the bust. And this run is very rapidly coming to a close. So while Tina dresses up that bust, we're going to play a little soccer here. Whoop. Come on. There we go. Scored a goal. And that's what we like to see. Okay. So once we get that message, we can leave and start making our way back to the beginning of the game, so we're going to take this little shortcut here. So now the crown has spawned, and we need to go back to the spawn of the game to get it back. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to head this way and do that. So this is just about the end of the run. We have a couple more little tricks we can do to save just a little bit of time. We're going to get Willie to help us out. Willie's going to be the NPC that's going to crown us at the end here. But we need him to follow us with this radio, because he needs to be able to hear our coronation theme. Da-da-da-da-da. Alright. So while Willie is turning off the water and trudging across the lake, we're going to come over here, full body tackle our lovely present, grab our crown out of it, and start making our way back towards the radio, which is where Willie will meet us. The tall grass at the end of the pond there, at the edge of the pond, is a barrier that prevents Willie from walking any further than that. So he's going to walk up to the radio, but he's not going to be able to pick it up. So we're going to wait here for him to stop thinking about the radio. I'm going to come over here, give him a little honk, drop that crown there, and duck our head down, and that's time. So 3016, pretty decent run. You know, the higher end runs are in the upper to mid 20s would be ideal. I think the world record is just barely in the 26 range. But overall, pretty good run. So hopefully you enjoyed it. You get an idea of the kind of antics and things you can expect from a good hundo run or a hundo race. I will be submitting this run for either solo or a race against numerous members of the Goose community. There are plenty of hundo runners now. There's actually a tournament going on as I'm recording this. We just finished the first round of the winners bracket, and so I'd be more than happy to challenge Tasselfoot or Shattermage, Thundar, Alecat, or any other of the Goose community members who are submitting runs to a 100% race. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the run. Thank you very much for watching the submission, and I hope to see you at GDQ. Thanks.